Hello, once again, I welcome you all for the hybridization topic, which is very important, which is given by Linus Pauling's valence bond theory. In our previous class, we learnt about the conditions for hybridization. Now, today, we will go salient features of hybridization. So, once again, I welcome you all for the small topic hybridization part second. So in the second part of hybridization, we learn once again I told salient features of hybridization. Feature number one. The number of hybrid orbitals is equal to the number of the atomic orbitals that get hybridized. That means how many orbitals are taking part in the hybridization. After the hybridization, same number of orbitals are formed. For example, if two atomic orbitals are participating in hybridization, then two hybrid orbitals are formed. If four atomic orbitals are participating, are ready for the hybridization, then after the hybridization, four number of hybrid orbitals are formed. That means number of atomic orbitals that take part in the hybridization is equal to the number of hybrid orbitals formed. Okay. Now point second. The hybridized orbitals are always equivalent in energy and shape. After the formation of the hybrid orbitals, their energy, their shape is same. For example, if four atomic orbitals are participating in the hybridization, then four new orbitals are formed. Four hybrid orbitals are formed. All those four hybrid orbitals are similar in shape and having same energy. That is a second feature of hybridization. The hybrid orbitals are more effective in forming stable bonds than the pure atomic orbitals. Simply atomic orbitals combines and forms a molecule, or if atomic orbitals undergoes hybridization then combines. Out of two, the best condition is what? First, the atomic orbitals undergoes hybridization, then they go for a particular shape which is most stable for that, because hybrid orbitals will go to the lower energy state so that they can go for the most stable molecule. That's why you want to say that instead of directly participating atomic orbitals in the molecular formation, first they'll undergo hybridization, then they go for the molecular formation. So hybrid orbitals are better in making the bond than the normal atomic orbitals. These hybrid orbitals are directed in space in some preferred direction to have minimum repulsion between electron pairs and thus a stable arrangement. Therefore, the type of hybridization indicates the geometry of the molecules. So once atomic orbitals undergo hybridization, then they orient themselves in space in such a way that, once again I have repeated already, now I am repeating, the mantra of chemical bonding is kept in the mind with the least repulsions so that they go for the maximum stability, because least repulsion gives the least energy. So least repulsion, least disturbance, least energy, most stability. And depend upon the type of the hybridization, they go for a particular shape. So from the type of the hybridization, we can tell what shape it will take, what molecular geometry it will take. Now all these we learnt about the salient features. Now exactly we go to the example part. So all these features will become very clear when you start the example. So let us start the first example. Okay, I have taken the example of what? Beryllium chloride, BCl2. So B and 2Cl. Here B will undergo hybridization. So once the B undergoes hybridization, hybrid orbitals of beryllium are formed. Then around that chlorine molecules come and makes a bond. So instead of making bond by the chlorine with normal atomic orbitals of beryllium, it will go for bonding with the hybrid orbitals of beryllium, which is better in forming the molecule and most stable they acquire. Okay, now beryllium, atomic number 4. So configuration 1s2, 2s2. So 2s is the valence shell, 2s is the valence atomic orbital, where we have 2 electrons. This is 1s2, I have not shown here. Directly I am showing the valence part, 2s2. 2p is there because 2 started. That is L shell started. So L in L contains what? L contains a 2s is there, 2p also is there. But 2p is khali. Okay, 2p is there, but it is khali, empty. Okay, right. Now, normally they undergo what when it is a unpaired, it is better. So here it is a paired. Therefore, one of the 2s electrons, they will be promoted to the one of the empty orbitals of 2p. So one electron from 2s will be jumped or transferred to the 2p, going for the 2s1, 2p1. This is called electronic configuration of beryllium, okay, in the exact state or in the state of ready for the hybridization, right? Now these two unpaired electrons will go for the bonding with whom? With chlorine. One chlorine, what is the chlorine? 17. Only one electron in the p orbital. That one electron will go for bonding with this one electron, and another chlorine will go for this electron. So totally 2 chlorine atoms are required to go for the bonding with the 2 unpaired electrons of the beryllium. So see here. Now one more point is here. Which all orbitals have undergone the hybridization? It is one s orbital. One means not one s, one number. S orbital, only one s orbital. Okay, one. What I am saying here, number of orbitals, number of s orbital 1, number of p orbital 1. So one number s orbital, only one p orbital. So totally 2 are undergoing hybridization. So one s, one p, totally 2 sp. So because these two orbitals are undergoing hybridization, therefore this is called sp hybridization. I told in the previous slide, previous discussion, depend upon the type of the atomic orbitals undergoing hybridization, we will name it. Okay, so now we are discussing what? We are discussing the types of hybridization. So this is an example for what? sp hybridization. Best example is beryllium chloride. First, beryllium has undergone hybridization. See, one s orbital and one p orbital. So they will merge, they will combine. When they combine, this shape is formed. How many orbitals are going ready for the hybridization? 2, 1, 2. How many are formed? 2 are formed of same energy, of same shape. Now please bring salient features of the hybridization now here. It is very clear. So number of atomic orbitals before equal to number of orbitals after. Only thing is these are called as atomic orbitals and these are called as hybridized orbitals or the hybrid orbitals, but the number is same, energy same, shape same. Now once these are formed, they will undergo mixing. One sp, another sp, hybrid orbitals, they mix and they form this shape. Which shape? The maroon color shape. Okay, so from here to here, this is the shape of the beryllium hybrid orbital. How shape? A straight line, linear. When it is linear, 180 degree here. So here we will expect 180 degrees for the beryllium hybrid orbitals, which is known as the sp hybridization. Now this side, so here one electron of beryllium and here one electron of beryllium are here available. Now chlorine will bring its electron. So electron of chlorine, electron of beryllium, they will go for bonding here, and this side electron of one more electron of the beryllium and one more chlorine atom brings its electron, and here is the bonding. Why it has come this side? Once again, they go for such a distance, they go for the such a arrangement in the space so that least repulsions are maintained, so that least energy is there and maximum stability. So they decide where I have to come, from which angle, from which orientation, so that we will go for the least energy and the most stability. So that they decide, so that straight line beryllium chloride is formed. So the shape of the beryllium chloride is linear because of what? sp hybridization. So whenever sp hybridization is there, it will go for what? Linear structure. So today we learnt about what? We learnt about the type number 1. What is type number 1? Type number 1 is sp hybridization. Example is what? Beryllium chloride. Many more examples will come for the sp hybridization, but today we learnt only one type. In the next class we learn more examples, not only for sp, some other types of hybridization. So till then, bye and thank you.